I get up early today and currently looking for bottled water. They say that within the mountain they are selling at 10 renminbi each, while in town it costs 2 renminbi. It is quite common seeing markup on prices in hiking routes, however 5 times more expensive is a bit too much. Then I see this car. I don't want to experience nor discover Anhui at the backseat of that at 7:30 in the morning. The town had fully awakened even before 8 in the morning. We can see that there are plenty of traffic and people. There are quite a few people waiting for buses, and it seems like it is the main way to get around the city quickly, given there are no underground in Huangshan. I like it how they even incorporated the art of the Anhui-style buildings within their bus stations. Then I head back to the hotel for my breakfast before the hike. I will need plenty of energy for the hike. Breakfast is carbs heavy, with rice, sweet potato, potato strips, marinated vegetables, corn, ham, buns, tea leaves, eggs, deep-fried dough sticks with congee, more bread, watermelon, and cherry tomato. We got into the coach and went through the highway, then arriving on this very rough road. Coach is crazily shaky and I feel like puking. After more than 1 hour, we have finally arrived below the famous DaGuangMingDing. DaGuangMingDing was known to be made reference to by Louis Yong, also known as Jin Yong, a legendary wuxia novelist. He had written 15 epic novels with more than 300 million copies of his work sold. More than 100 movies and TV series adaptation of his work had also been shown. In terms of number of books sold, he is ranked as the top joint 27th author in the world. In Asia, Jin Yong is ranked 3rd, only ranked lower than 2 Japanese authors, who published the worldwide best-selling manga series like One Piece and Dragon Ball. However, if we look into the copies of books sold per novel, Jin Yong is ranked joint 7th in the world and 1st in Asia, with a rough estimate of 20 million books sold per novel. This figure and ranking sounds even more impressive when only 3.5 of the novels were translated into English. The 0.5 came from half of The Legend of the Condor Heroes is translated. 2 of the novels have over 1 million Chinese characters in each of them. All novels have an aggregated sum of Chinese character of 8.5 millions. I am taking Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings as a comparison, as they would be one of the most widely known novels around the world. Harry Potter has hit 1 million English word count across 7 books. Lord of the Rings hits 450k words across 4. But Chinese characters aren't the same as English words, are they? From Google search results, we can see that every 1,000 Chinese characters will be translated into an average of 750 English words. To have a fair comparison, after converting Chinese characters to English words, we see that each Jin Yong novel would have an average English word count of 420k, while Harry Potter stands at 150k and Lord of the Rings stands at 110k. 2.8 times of Harry Potter's, 3.8 times of Lord of the Rings. Anyhow, Jin Yong has passed away in October 2018, which was a sad day for myself, as well as a lot of Chinese people. Rest in peace. Back to the hiking trail, I was told that there would be around 2 hours of gentle climb before the actual steep ascent to the mountain top. In between, there would be 10 checkpoints of which we have to get past. Nothing difficult. In Jin Yong's novel, The Heavenly Sword and Dragon Saber, there was a huge scene on 6 biggest factions in China trying to take down the faction established by Manichaeism, but failed. These 6 factions include Shaolin, Wudang, Hunlun, Emei, Huashan, and Kongtong. I have no clue why Shaolin is missing from the tombstones here. Maybe something political, not to translate something fictional into real context here. This place is labeled as the outdoor forum for the major factions and is guarded by an old man, labeled as the offspring as one of the faction's leaders. This huge rusty cleaver of his must be from many years ago. I don't even think it would even cut through a cabbage. We start with the easy hike through the mountains, a tunnel, some rivers, and this is where we first see the sign to where our final destination is, GeChuanJian. We pass through the first checkpoint, then the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, the sixth, the seventh, the 8th, the 9th, and I can't find the 10th. I have no clue as of why the 10th checkpoint is so hard to find. There were however some very nice sceneries around, such as rivers, waterfalls, house with water flowing out, hopefully not toilet water. Walking over rivers and waterfalls Walking up some steep stairs, more waterfalls, a small lake and with people fishing in it. An abandoned village with extreme waterproof technology used on the notices they just glued on abandoned houses. I'm trying to look for a toilet, but I can't find any. Better not piss myself in here. We are arriving at our lunch place. Huge expectations. This is the restaurant. I see a whole lot of ingredients, tons of vegetables prepared to be cooked and served. I like how they are very efficient. They are using these huge stoves fueled by wood blocks. I trust these cooks as they look like they have been doing this for decades. Ingredients looks fresh. They grow their own vegetables and chicken. We see loads of flags in the restaurant which were dedicated by different hiking organizations that had passed by and ate here in the previous years. I can tell that these are nice people. They even made a bird's nest on the rooftop. Lunch was super nice and satisfying, and we are off to the final ascent. It is a steep climb. Endless slopes, steps going up and up. After 1 hour, we are above the clouds. Weather is not exactly nice today. There are way too much fog and clouds around. However, one can never foresee how the weather is like in the middle of a mountain. I'm surprised that there is this dedicated person picking up all the rubbish around the area and burn them on the spot. Even for plastic bottles, of which is not a good idea to put into fire. This must be where the person sleeps. Cannot imagine doing this for a whole day and sleeping outdoor in a tent. Credits to him. Finally, we are here at the mountain top. It is indeed a feat coming up here. Especially being the first guy up here alongside with 5 ladies. It is a shame that visibility is so low that we cannot see further than 1 kilometer. We then find our way down from the peak. There are plenty of pretty flowers, however, to cheer things up. It is close to 5 p.m. and weather in the mountain can change quickly during sunset from my outdoor experiences. The fog that we are in are made up of water vapor. It takes a certain temperature or above to maintain this vapor in vapor form. During sunset, there would be a huge change of temperature, especially in such high altitude above 1,000 meters. Such water vapor could condense facing a lowered temperature. These water vapor would become raindrops, and if we are unlucky enough, we would be facing heavy rain, which would make it very difficult to walk down on steep, muddy slopes. Hence, sunset always introduces uncertainties in the mountains such as changing temperature, lowered visibility, insects becomes more active, and worsened road conditions if it rains. It is best to keep off from the mountain 2 hours before sunset. Otherwise, make sure there are few wildlife around before getting ready to camp and set out the next day. Eventually, it rained. We managed to make it back to the coach and get back safely.
我这里跟这个农家乐开的也10多年了，我们东西都是底下运上来的，也不容易，就是挑的也叫人叫不出来啊，现在工资低了，人家不好算。再过来你从小，基本上大部分菜都是自己的，马路工程没办法，这个山区里面，给你就是人小了，政府现在也不支持，跟旅行社打交道的，他也多少也给他一点，他跟我订了合同，我也不给你回扣。 反正多少给你赚，就10个人，就是要35块1个人，团不一定的，有小数不懂的意思啊。4年，就是最小，半个月来一次，有时候1个礼拜来一次，哎，基本上礼拜6、礼拜日这交代的，这个礼拜定掉了，下个礼拜又要来了，定掉了。我提供的叫把你请个向导去带，哪个地方熟悉的，这。 服务一下，万一安全的问题啊，因为或者有迷路啊，农家乐呢到我这里吃饭，我也走一遍。准备的，我们礼拜5把这准备好了，这样。
给你说，跟不说，都是写出来，是可好在上去的。